What's up? What's up? How you doing? Hope y'all hear me. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I got some paperwork this time. It's quiet in here. Start with this right here. How was everybody doing? How was everybody doing? How was everybody doing? I know it's football day and basketball day too, because people are watching a whole bunch of sports. But I hope the Bears won. I don't know if they won or not, but I wanted to get through this real quick. Wait till some more people get up in here. Okay. They slowly coming. Woo! Anybody else still been getting beat up from your family and friends for your political choice? I talked to my family. Some of them voted for Kamala, and we're still family members. You know, they still love me. I still love them. You know. Woo, man, oh man, oh man. Be a new week next week. So Veterans Day is tomorrow. I go back to city council meetings, well, committee meetings starting on Tuesday. They're working on the budget still. So Wednesday is city council. So if you are in Chicago, you should go to the city council meeting, but I will be there Tuesday. I'm going to 3 meetings on Tuesday. I'm going to the Committee on Development Commissions. I'm going to the budget meeting at 10 o'clock in the morning. I forgot what they're talking about, but I know Thursday is for the budget, for the police budget. And then I'm going to the CBC meeting, which is the board meeting, the commissioners on building PBC, Public Buildings Commissions. Yeah, something like that. So yes. But I wanted to check in when it comes to why the black elite in Boule failed Kamala Harris, VP Kamala Harris. Because right now it's a lot of misdirected anger, all at the wrong people. So I'm gonna try to talk about that. That's why I'm on here. I want to talk about, before I even talk about this, I want to talk about J.B. Pritzker. That's our governor, and him saying the other day that you come from my people, you come through me. J.B. Pritzker, Governor J.B. Pritzker, I have reached out to you numerous times about the situation in Chicago with them stealing black people's property and land all over the south side and the west side. I even reached out to your chief of staff, Anna, and no one responded at all. So the fact that you would say that if Trump come for your people, you have to come through you. I came to you to ask you to please get involved, or please have Kwame Raoul, our Attorney General, who is also trash, to check to figure out what's going on in the black community when it comes to stealing black people's property. J.B. Pritzker, you are one of the first people that is getting out of office in 2027. Okay, you, Kwame Raoul, Tony Preckwinkle, Brandon Johnson, and the Disgrace 50. You are getting out of office. Okay? You have no idea how to govern anything. You're just rich. You're a rich piece of shit that happens to be a Democrat. And all Democrats are pieces of shit that work in Congress, because clearly you saw that when it came to this last election and for the last 60 years when it comes to black people. Okay? We have woken up. We're not playing with you anymore. We have shown you what we could do in a year. Okay? We've shown you what we could do in a year, and actually the last 65 days when it came to flipping Chicago, saying we were going to flip Chicago red. Do you know the numbers? You know what we did? Not only did we win the popular vote in Illinois, yeah, he may have lost, but you see by how much? Not that much. Not that much at all. Matter of fact, let me get the numbers out for you. Let me get the numbers out for you. All right. There was a 17-point lead, and we shrunk that down to 8 points. 8 points in less than 90 days. We put them shirts on. Shout out to Patrice. Told us, because I've been saying for the past year, me and Miss Jessica, that if they did not solve my case and not settle with leave Miss Jessica properly and settle with her case, we were going to push to turn this place red. This is what we said, right? Then we got more people involved. And then you had P. Ray doing her own thing. You had Tyrone Muhammad doing his own thing. Mark Carter doing his own thing. Then we went and got some shirts done October 4th. October 4th. We went viral. We went viral the following week. Okay, the following week, saying that we were going to flip Chicago red. Trump 2024. We won 6 wards. Majority of the black wards, yes, it was still blue, but it was not all 90% blue. 15 million people sat out for this election. 15 million people. That was a clear message to let you know that nobody is playing this time. And the only reason why that many people sat out, because the Democratic Party paid Taraji P. Henson and BET a lot of money to push that stupid Project 2025 shit through the whole BET Music Awards. That's all they talked about was Project 2025. Taraji Henson did not, I guarantee you, she didn't read one. She probably don't even know what website to go to even get to Project 2025. But they spent so much money to push that. That's what happened. Okay? All right? So that is the situation when it comes to why a lot of people did not want to vote for Kamala at all because she had no plan. No plan at all. But they were scared because of that situation with BET fear-mongering with that Project 2025, and then you got people like Angela Rye and Breakfast Club and CNN and Van Jones and Roland Retarded Martin and everybody pushing Project 2025, and no one even, I promise you, none of those people ever even looked at it because it was a game. See, that's what you got to understand. A lot of people who vote Democrat and Republican too, but we're gonna talk about Democrat, who vote Democrat because they've turned the Democratic Party into a socialite party. That a lot of these people were groupies. Like a lot of these people who voted were for groupies. The votes that they got this time were really groupies. It was legit groupies because they went and brought out everybody. Taylor Swift. I didn't even know they went and found Alanis Morissette, but they couldn't even use Alanis Morissette because Alanis Morissette. They didn't even have enough money for Alanis Morissette. I didn't even know they went to go bring out They had John Bon Jovi. They brought out everybody to try to get the Democratic Party to win. Okay, and it didn't happen because we don't care about John Bon Jovi. We don't care about Alanis Morissette. We don't care about Taylor Swift. We don't care about Beyonce being a black. We know you're a black woman. We know that you're a mother. We know this. We go to your concerts. We see Blue Ivy. We've seen the twins. We know who you're married to. We love you. We went to support you for your documentary movie that you had. I'm a big fan of Jay-Z. I love Jay-Z. I love Beyonce. I love all of them. But that's still not going to change my mind when it comes to who I'm voting for. They arrested me at the DNC, right? And when they arrested me at the DNC, I seen Maxine Waters. And I told Maxine Waters, I said, Maxine Waters, I don't care about Beyonce performing because Beyonce was supposed to perform at the DNC. I said, I don't care if Beyonce come out here right now and perform every song from Destiny's Child first album until what she got now. If Kamala Harris do not got our Black Americans reparations, she's not getting in office, right? And that's she's smiling and stuff because she probably don't even know where she at. But I did tell Madam Maxine Waters this. Now, I get arrested down there because I'm in front of the DNC delegates telling them too that when Trump get in office, y'all going to jail because y'all stole them immigrants' money. That's why they all over downtown, and that's why they all over in our communities. Because y'all thought that you thought that the federal government was going to keep giving y'all money, and at the end of the day, it did not happen. So y'all can be down here partying, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. Please understand that this lady's not getting in office. I don't care if they bring Oprah Winfrey out. They can bring anybody out they want. The Democratic Party is done because they're not saying anything that we want to hear. We 38 years old. We can go see Megan Thee Stallion, Quavo, any of these people at any time. At any time when they do a concert, we will pay for the concert. We will pay the concert ticket to go see them. We do not need them to get up every presidential election, every 4 years, and tell us who to vote for. Y'all are not even here. You're not even, I don't see you. When I see you, I'm a fan of your music, not of anything else. You're a fan of your music. You may be fine. I don't care how fine you are. If you're not politically engaged, why would I care about what you're about to say? So no, when it comes to music, stick to music. Beyonce, stick to music. Taylor Swift, stick to music. John Bon Jovi, stick to music. Stick to music. Like Michael Rappaport said yesterday, Obama's, y'all are movie producers now. Y'all are movie producers now. Nothing you can say can make us vote the way that you want us to vote. This is not 2008, and this is not Jesse Jackson, Keep Hope Alive. There's no hope when you cannot afford groceries. There is no hope when the government is trying to steal your property, trying to steal your grandmother's property, and you cannot get any help from the federal government, from the state government, from the local government. No one cares about any of what you're saying right now. You have an Obama Center, Barack, over here in Woodlawn, that the white people are mad because you're cutting down the trees. You're cutting down the trees man, sir. And then the black people are mad because you're displacing their grandmamas and their mamas that's been over there since redlining, okay? So you need to figure out that situation, okay? What you telling us about black men should be doing this and this, that, you and Michelle Obama should be getting on a plane and going down here and talking to the people in Woodlawn and Inglewood and ask them and then go speak to the University of Chicago and ask them why they buying up everything over there and pushing everybody else out. That's what y'all should do. But y'all haven't done that because y'all don't care. This is a game to y'all, right? And then y'all have delusional people that follow you because y'all are a cult and they care about identity politics. They care about, oh my God, I voted for Kamala. I voted for Kamala because Beyonce said that she was a woman. I voted for Kamala because Taylor Swift said Swifties for Kamala. We grown as fuck. We're grown as hell. Nobody got time for that. No one has time for that. So, they're saying that people are moving out the country. Go. If you move out the country, if Trump makes you that sick, please move out the country. Move out the country. Move out the country. Please. They say Jimmy Fallon. I mean, was it not Jimmy Fallon? Jimmy Kimmel. You're gonna move. Move. You can afford groceries and you can afford any house over there. Their government is broken over there. Maybe you can help. Maybe you can help get their government back together so then they can stop coming over here. Since you want to be a hero, go over there. All right. Now, I want to talk about, since I got some people in here now, I want to talk about how the black elite, okay? The black elite and the HBCUers and the Divine Nine is who to blame because they failed Kamala Harris, okay? Because they didn't do their homework back when she was running in 2019, okay? I remember when Kamala Harris first decided to run for president of the United States. I didn't know that much about Kamala. I just knew that she was a good-looking woman, and it was good to see that it was a good lady that was going to run for president of the United States. When I posted her in 2019 when she announced that she was going to run. And I remember somebody, a celebrity that y'all know, DM'd me and he says, nah, she ain't it, fam. Just go do your research. She ain't it. That's what he said. He said, I'm not going to say nothing else. He said, just go do your research. So I was like, all right. He was like, then I thought about, well, let me go back to Shirley Chisholm, right? Because Shirley Chisholm really is the first black woman. She's Belizean, but she was the first black woman to run for president, right? So I'm like, well, let me go back, look at that, look at her first, get a feeling of all this. I'm not nowhere into politics or anything like that. Then I go look up Kamala Harris as a prosecutor, then as an attorney general, and then I looked up the Matrice Richardson case. That's what really got me involved because Matrice Richardson was a lesbian, and so I'm looking at her case and all that stuff, and so I'm like, damn, she handled that terribly because I do know attorney generals are very important in your states. So I'm like, so I'll go back, do some more research, but I'm like, it is what it is. So I did not say anything else about nobody, being in the election, right? So we had Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, Kamala Harris, Trump, and Biden, right? So I never was a fan of Biden either. I never was a fan of Biden either because I didn't remember the crime bill situation, and then about segregation. So anytime somebody says segregation in buses, I always think about the Montgomery bus situation in Rosa Parks. So, but I still never really did like my homework with that either. However, when the debate happened in 2019, right, between Bernie Sanders, Trump, Kamala Harris and Biden. Let's get this together, get this right to make sure I got everything. I want to get the exact thing that was said. So, the Democratic debate that was June 27, 2019. At the time, Senator Kamala Harris took aim at then presidential candidate Joe Biden's record on race. Harris highlighted Biden's past opposition to federally mandated buses and his collaboration with segregationist lawmakers, calling his recent comments about those working relationships hurtful. She didn't even take a jab at, what's my man's name? She didn't even take a jab at Trump, right? Didn't say nothing racist about Trump or how anything. She went directly into Joe Biden when it came to that segregation, when it came to busing, right? She even says that was personal. It hit home. It hit home because she was one of those girls, right? Now, Kamala supporters, right? The Kamala Harris supporters, your campaign manager at that time, your future chief of staff, whoever your assistant was, any of them. Right then and there, you guys should have stopped. Bam, bam. After that, y'all should have hit with the crime bill. After that, you should have started hitting with the situation when it came to his mentorship with Robert Byrd, a known racist that taught Lyndon B. Johnson, taught all these Democrats, Clinton, all of them. That this was their mentor. This was a KKK. Okay, this was a person that was part of the KKK, who was started by the Democratic Party, turned into a senator. Right? This was his mentor. This is when your group, right? Because like I say, this is a game. This is a game. This is when they should have went in, and they didn't go in. Nobody went in, right? She left the race. She left the race because she didn't have any more money. But in less than 6 months, y'all raised this woman $1 billion. Y'all raised her $1 billion, and she spent it on entertainment. And then she's still $20 million in the hole. And racist, you say Trump, right? Racist Trump says that he's willing to pay that off. Racist Trump say he's willing to pay that off. But she's in the hole because they went the entertainment route. Dick Gregory has always said that entertainers are nothing but pieces of shit. This is what he said. Entertainers are nothing but pieces of shit. And after what just happened, it made so much sense. None of that stuff, all that money that you spent $500 million on payroll? Who did you have on your payroll that made you lose like this? This right here. If they would have played this right, if they would have, in 2019, if they would have played this race card right, you being a black woman, a people of color that brought up, because I'll call you a people of color. I'm not going to call you black because you're not black, but I'll call you a people of color. The fact that they brought this up and they did not run with this is how I know that the Democratic Party is like an arranged marriage, right? They're going to put people with each other, like how they put Obama and Joe Biden together. How did Obama and Joe Biden even get on the running ticket? Like, how did that? And I gotta look that up. But how was that even something, right? But that's how it is. It's an arranged marriage situation. They put these people together. So after this happened and she had to withdraw from her campaign, like I always say, it should have been Sanders and Trump. It should have been Sanders and Trump. That should have been who we were voting for in 2020. But Biden, being who he is and being a very, very pivotal person in the Democratic Party, that continue to keep the white supremacy going, because he's a big part of white supremacy in the Democratic Party. They do it so well. They do it so well, and they've been doing it so well for so long because black people were not involved in politics the way that they needed to be involved. We only would vote blue because they're not the racist party. But whole time, they're the racist party. Okay, they're the biggest racist party. But they've learned how to set up the chessboard correctly. I mean, set up the chessboard so good that they would have a black pawn, the bishop, black pawn, the queen, black pawn, the king, black pawn. See, that's how it is, right? So they put the black faces right here, but then white supremacy all in the back, doing every move, right? And they not worried. They not worried because they got little Section 8, they got a little welfare for us, you know, got a little Obamacare. They named it Obamacare, and they think that you know, because they know that we've already had it in our mind that, well, at the end of the day, I mean, we get so much, you know, we only can get so much, or da-da-da-da. Whole time they're positioning, because they've been studying us. See, white supremacy and a lot of people from out of these countries, Mexico, the Indians that are coming over here, all this, these motherfuckers come from a caste system, okay? They come from a caste system, and they've been looking at us. They've been trained, they're trained to see how we move, right? Because yes, we run entertainment, yes, we run sports, but we're still not the owners of these things. We don't own anything, okay? We're still workers. Yeah, we give a few people a couple of millions, whatever, but then they'll still hold little things against you, like like stuff that you like to do in your privacy, like you may be bisexual, your family, your husband, you may be swingers, you may be something like that, but because they hold those little things, they will hold those little things over you. They have control over you because there's some people that are scared to come out. Black men are scared to come out and say that they're bisexual. There's black women that are scared to come out and say they're bisexual. You understand? So they'll hold little things like that over you and then say stuff like, well, you have to continue to vote this way because you're going to lose your LGBTQ rights. You're going to have to vote this way because you're going to lose your women reproductive rights. You're going to have to vote this way because you're going to go back to slavery. Like, we don't have the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment right that the Republicans gave us out of slavery. Like, we don't have the Civil Rights Acts that the Republicans voted through Congress. Even the one that Lyndon B. Johnson signed. Just like how y'all say that Trump didn't give us those stimulus checks, Congress gave us those stimulus checks, but he signed them, right? Just like Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act. He didn't give us that. Congress did. The Republicans did. But we don't do we just get mad at each other, right? We're all mad at each other. So you blame the black journalists who's getting paid from the Republican Party to feed us bullshit. You get mad at the HBCU graduates that think because they graduated from these HBCUs that they're better than us, and because they're in these sororities and fraternities that they're better than us. You blame the Jack and Jills, the Masons, the preachers, and these preachers that love to mix religion with love to mix politics with religion when it shouldn't even be. When I'm going to church, I want to hear the word. I don't want to hear about not one politic. I don't want to hear about sexual orientation. I don't want to hear about black and white. I'm coming for the word, okay? But because y'all get that check from the Democratic Party. Y'all gotta come in there and mess up and brainwash these people. This a new generation. You're not gonna be able to do that. And you're not doing it anymore. You're not doing it anymore. So you falling out with your kids, you falling out with your parents, you falling out with your grandparents over a political party is insane. And that makes you realize that mental health is something that has been ignored for a very long time, because there's a lot of undiagnosed people running around here running a lot of stuff that should not be running anything. Okay? And that's the main thing. Someone asked me, was I done? Was Flip Chicago done? Was Flip Chicago Red done? And it's not. My mother has a eye issue, and because of stress, my mother has been fighting this case by herself for a very long time. My mother eats very well. My mother exercises very well. My mother's 75 years old. So once the election was Tuesday, on Wednesday we had to fly to Atlanta to get a second opinion on her eyes to make sure that they were well, make sure everything was good. She wasn't going blind or anything like that. So that's why I didn't go back down to City Hall or anything like that. Tuesday, I will be back down at City Hall. And I will be back down at City Hall, until they settle my mother's case and they leave Miss Jessica's property alone and whatever else she wants to feel whole. So that's number one. Number two is we have to get with 2026 and 2027 to get these people out of office. Okay, Tony Preckwinkle, J.B. Pritzker, his Lieutenant Governor Stratton, Tony Preckwinkle, Brandon Johnson, and then the disgraced 50. Now it's some good aldermen down there, like maybe 2, but the rest of them have to go, and they are going to go. So yes, the next movement is now Operation Getting Them Out of Office. Also, I am writing Trump a letter to explain to him what the Chicago Flip Red movement was for, the main goal for it, and it grew. It went viral. We have many people that would like to be associated with it. We have people that are asking to make large donations to help get these people out of office. This is a grassroots movement that came because of them stealing my property and meeting Miss Jessica, who's been down there fighting because they won't leave her property alone, along with finding other people who are also dealing with property issues. I'm helping a family that's in Harvey, Illinois. They're trying to take her property. Not saying it's eminent domain, but saying it's eminent domain. You've got another lady, it just made CBS. She reached out to me. They sold her house. On a tax sale deed, and she had paid the taxes. So this is just what they do in Cook County and Chicago, and they probably do it in other places too, but nobody doesn't fight it. So my end goal is to get legislation to protect our housing. And when I say our housing, all people housing, especially seniors. A lot of seniors do not have kids. A lot of seniors' kids have passed away. A lot of senior kids they just don't know what to do. But there's no reason why a senior or anybody that is a veteran should be worried about housing or losing their properties and going back to the government. That doesn't make any sense. So while the Republican Party and the Democratic Party can fight, but the Democratic Party that fights for people and is supposed to be for the people and all of this stuff, there's no reason why our houses are being stolen. There's no reason why our properties are being taken. Okay, but it's big business. It's the American way. And they've been doing it for a very, very long time and getting away with it because, again, the pawns. You got the black people in the front, and you got the white supremacy in the back. And the white supremacy has assimilated into the Hispanics now. You got some Hispanic KKK that's in Congress. You've got some Chinese KKK. You got some European, you got Ukrainians KKK. Everybody is here. They come here on our tax dollar, get whatever they want, and think they can come in here and do whatever to us. And it's been happening for so long that people have normalized it. You know, people get mad at me and say stuff to me like, why aren't you out here protesting with Palestine? Has Palestine once, not one Palestine person has asked me, can they help me with my case? Not one Palestine person has asked me, what can they do to help me and Miss Jessica? Okay? The Arabs are all in our community and treat us like crap, just like the Chinese do in our communities, just like these Indians are starting to do, okay? So we're gonna nip this in the bud right now. It's America first. When you come over here, you should be happy to see a black person, okay? Because we built this country, okay? That's number one. It wouldn't be no America if it wasn't for us. And we have yet to get our economic resources, okay? But that stops. That stopped last Tuesday. That 33% that voted for Trump, that 33% for black people, that was a lot, okay? That was a lot. I don't care what nobody says. And then white people know that. Then white people are happy that we voted for Trump, okay? Okay? We woke up. We actually saved America, okay? Them 33% people who voted, let me tell you something. Chicago, Illinois, and New York almost flipped red. Almost flipped red. Okay? That's how serious it is, right? To the point that we could be a swing state the next 4 years. Okay? We could be a swing state because that is how powerful our black vote is. And I think a lot of people forgot about that. So I don't care if I don't talk to any of my friends who are mad at me for voting the way that I voted. I voted on principle. I voted on y'all thinking that y'all going to continue to play Black America. Y'all going to continue to play our children. Y'all are going to continue to play our seniors. Y'all going to continue to play our entrepreneurs. I'm an entrepreneur, baby. My friends, a lot of my friends are entrepreneurs. I ain't seen not one Democrat put any money into our black small businesses. Ain't no way in the world that we've been giving you our vote, dedicating to give you our vote, and we don't got no corporations. We don't have anything. But we're gonna continue to vote to help the next class that come over here from another country get whatever they want, and then when they come over here because they've learned over there where they come from, the niggas don't do anything. The niggas don't all they do is vote blue, Section 8 and welfare. You don't have to worry, and then they come into our communities, set up shop, and then talk to us any type of way. And we allow it. Nah, it ain't gonna work like that. These people owe my mother $3 billion. Okay? My mother's eyesight is not the best. My godfather cashed in his life insurance policy to try to save that building because y'all wanted that building for some TIF money, some tax increment financing money, because that's all y'all do is steal from our communities, and we allow it because we have normalized that this is just what they do and this is a white man's world. It's not a white man's world. That sounds stupid when people even say that. That sounds dumb. We are owed our economic resources. We are owed economic resources. We have lived, our ancestors and our grandparents and our parents have lived in traumatic, every decade it's a different traumatic experience our community goes through, and we don't get no money for it. We don't get nothing for it at all. We don't get no justice or no nothing. I don't want a Jesse Jackson Day. I don't want an Al Sharpton Day. I don't want a Malcolm X Day. Okay, y'all gave Martin Luther King Day, and y'all disrespecting my man. We don't need no more days. Y'all gave us Black History Month, and we don't even care about Black History Month, okay? We don't even use Black History Month like we should. Cinco de Mayo makes more money than Black History Month, okay? Cinco de Mayo, listen, Cinco de Mayo, them Mexicans don't even want that. They want that day off. They want that. They want America to give them that day off. They don't want to. They don't want to work on that day. That's not a day that they want to work on. But we make them work on that day. And guess what? They work on that day because how much money we make them in tacos and margaritas. Black people go and get outfits. Go get outfits for Cinco de Mayo. Y'all don't even know what Cinco de Mayo even means. Y'all don't even have Mexican friends. But y'all go and y'all will go out and turn up for Cinco de Mayo. And they secretly cannot fucking stand that you're in here because they really want that day off. But they're not going to turn down that money because we probably make them about $1 billion a year in Cinco de Mayo, in tacos and margaritas and chips and salsa and guacamole and all of that. So I don't even participate in Cinco de Mayo. I will go to there's Taylor Tacos here in Chicago that's Black owned. I'll go to someone that's Black that does tacos, but I don't do it because I know they really secretly don't fuck with us. And that's the thing that y'all need to understand. We so busy going back and forth with each other, just like these people that say stuff like what they say, like the Black elite and stuff. Joanne Reed, Don Lemon right now need to go on vacation with his white husband, okay? Don Lemon is out here still trying to cause drama because that's what gay dudes do. You know what I'm saying? They want to keep the motion going, right? Because nobody don't rock with Don Lemon. They fired him from CNN. Elon Musk dissed him. So now he's just out here just trying to figure it out. He just knew that Kamala was going to win, and he didn't. So he's still out here trying to cause division and all this stuff. He's the type of person that probably put the money in for this text message that went out the next day, right? Congratulations. You have been selected to pick cotton at the nearest plantation. Please be prepared to leave your home November 24th, 2024. You will be picked up at 8 a.m. sharp in our white van. Also, you will sit with Group C. Have a nice day. Sincerely, a Trump supporter. Now, they put this up, and CNN is running with it. MSNBC is running with it. They go get some Black people that look sad and stuff. They put this girl on there the other day. She's in some college in Houston, got the hair, got the glasses. You look good, right? And the only thing I can think about is this another Jussie Smollett and Carly Russell situation going on? Could it be? Right after the election? Because y'all know that the Democratic Party is done. Instead of y'all going back to y'all masses, because y'all the ones who got the masses, right? So instead of y'all going back to y'all masses and saying, what do we do now? What do you do now? The vote is divided. 33% went Republican. 15 million people sat on the couch. What do we do now, massa? What do we do now? No, instead, now you still trying to hold fear-mongering thing. Girl, y'all lost fair and square, and y'all lost because y'all stole that election from that man in 2020. And that's just what it was, okay? Bernie Sanders, honestly, if you want to keep it 100, Bernie Sanders had the burn, right? It was the burn, right? Bernie Sanders had the momentum. Bernie Sanders had the progressive agenda. Bernie Sanders was talking national. Bernie Sanders was the one that should have won, if you want to be quite honest, okay? He should have been on, but they stole it from him too. They stole it. I mean, they went and had him go talk to Biden, and he wasn't even for. Biden was not for nothing to give us anything, right? But when it came to the the student forgiveness loans, the loans, right? He got that from Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders. He wasn't going to do this, the student loan forgiveness. That's why he really don't care about it. And I really want to say that when Trump get in office, if it didn't go through Congress, y'all probably going to get those reversed back too, because that was the whole thing. Like, y'all keep saying that the Supreme Court is the problem, is the issue. The Supreme Court was going by an act that was given during when 9/11 happened, and he was trying to push the forgiveness through that act, basically for those having like a disaster like 9/11. That was a tragedy. That was a disaster, right? That's what he was trying to push it through. He wasn't even using like COVID or anything like that, because student loans is not a disaster. You understand? Like, you chose to student loans is a bullshit anyway, but it wasn't because of a natural disaster. You guys decide that y'all wanted to go to this college, and y'all thought that y'all were going to get these degrees that you guys did get, and then y'all were going to get these jobs and be able to pay off these student loans like a normal person's supposed to do. But because of economy is messed up, or because a lot of these jobs now are not needed. But, like a lot of people say they hate that they got their marketing degree, because social media has messed up that, right? People not really looking for people when it comes to marketing, because you can do marketing yourself. You can market your own self now. So a lot of people who got that degree are paying $100,000 in student loans, but no one's going to hire them because they don't need a market. They don't need people that does marketing anymore. You can market yourself. So, things that are needed are civil rights lawyers that we do not have out here, doctors, accountants, things like that. But we need more trades than anything, like plumbing, electrician, stuff like that. You need to start getting your kids into that, because at the end of the day, people looking for plumbers, people looking for electricians. They're not happy. A plumber don't ever have to go look for you. You're going to need to look for the plumber. And that's what people need to understand. You need to get your kids more back into that. But they took a lot of trades out of schools. Like, they took home economics out of school. That's why a lot of these kids don't know how to cook, don't even know how to bake. They don't even know what type of frying pans are out here to get, because they're not teaching this stuff in school anymore. They're not teaching anything in school. Actually, nothing in school. That's why our kids are just winging it. So America needs a reset in general. But the only people that were talking about traditions, like one of my good friends said the other day, people voted for family. And they did. They voted for structure. They voted for, and that's where we lost it. Like, there's so many feminist women out here, and so many gay men that are running off of their own personal agenda, that they're forgetting about children. They're forgetting about seniors. They're forgetting about men. You're never going to be able to erase a man. I don't care how bad you hate men. You're never going to be able to erase a man. And that is what the Democratic Party is going to do. One of my good friends, I got two perspectives when it came to Hillary Clinton, right? Because a lot of people say that America's not ready for a woman president. Hillary Clinton could have won. Hillary Clinton could have won. Hillary Clinton only talked about, when you talk to a black woman that's in their 60s. It's told me, it's very, very smart woman. She said the reason why, and she still voted for Hillary, but she said the reason why Hillary lost was because all she talked about was women and children, women and children, women and children. She never talked about the man. My white friend, he said the reason why she lost was because she was going to put tax on anything that people got from inheritance. So anything that your parents give you that you inherited, she was going to tax that. And rich white people was like, hell no, bitch, no. So that's why she lost. That's what those two people. It might be some more reasons why, but that's what those two people said. That's one of the reasons why she lost. She was always talking about just women and children, but that's what the Democratic Party drives off of, because they've been taking the man out of our, especially the black family. They've been taking the man out of our community for forever. And then the inheritance tax, I know that when I become a millionaire, if I decide to leave anything to my children or my family, I wish you would tax me. Are you crazy? So they always talk about Republicans always taxing the rich, the rich. But the Democratic Party got the same amount of money as they do. They just spent $1 billion. They raised $1 billion and spent $1 billion, and in $20 million debt in all of 6 months. Not one person, not Beyonce, not Taylor Swift, not any of them said, you know what, George Clooney, where the fuck is George Clooney at? George Clooney hasn't even said nothing. George Clooney was the main person that said that Joe Biden needs to step down, right? All that, screaming, pushing him to step down, all these people. Where George Clooney at? Where George Clooney at? But anyway, where is the $20 million from them? They could each give $5 million to her so she could pay off her debt. They know where to be found, right? Because they lost the game. The game is lost. They lost the game, right? They've been studying black. They just knew that we were going to vote for this woman because she was black, people of color, whatever. And it didn't work out like that, right? It was like a flag on the play. So now they have to regroup, right? They got to regroup. And they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do because they don't know what we got next. We don't know what Black America got next. Because the little do they know, they think that Black America don't have allies. If I didn't learn anything in these past 60 days, I have learned that we have allies. We have a lot of allies. A lot of allies that have asked us, what do we need to keep the momentum going? Because this is something that should have been broken a long time ago. This should have been broken when when Obama had to leave, but Obama did nothing. You know, it's identity politics. You know, it was like one of those things, all right, if this would have worked, right? Okay, right. If this would have worked, so we had Obama 2008, right? And then we had 2008, 2012, 2000, we had Obama 2008, then from 2008, 12 to 2016, right? The next person, then Trump got in, right? Trump got in, so then it was time for, they heard him saved it again. Well, they tried to save it with Biden because they cheated. Now it was time for another identity politics, right? So it was time for another black, right? Another pawn, and then whoever her chief of staff is. So it's her next, right? It was her next. If that would have happened, we would have had her, and she would have showed us absolutely nothing. But black people would have been wiped out because how many migrants was coming over here a day and going into our communities. We would have had to start a revolution. We would have legit had to start a revolution, and that's what they wanted. They wanted us to tear shit up so they could put us in jail and do all that type of stuff, right? They didn't think that we're smart enough to know that our vote is important. They weren't smart enough to know that our vote is still honestly, I think Black American vote is the most important vote. Honestly, I don't care what they say about that 14% there's only and stuff like that. That showed you when us dividing the vote. You know, they lie on us so much and try to say that. But that's what they were going to do. So it was going to be a cycle. So, and it was going to be a cycle. But the cycle is the Democrats were going to always pick somebody, a person of color, which was Obama was the first, and then Kamala. Now, Kamala probably would have had a better chance, too, if her husband was black, like Willie Brown black, you know, the one who got her in office. Like, she probably would have had a better chance if he was black. So that's another thing, because that was one of the reasons, besides her not having a good agenda. I'm not voting for no black woman that y'all say is black that got a whole Jewish husband and they control America. You can't get no help. No, that was not no. So that was one of my things. Like even if Obama would have came in there with a white wife, he wouldn't have got in. Black woman would have been like, hell no. White, hell no. Nah, it's good for it. Yeah, that's one thing, and maybe one day it will go away. But when it comes to like marriage, right? Like when it comes to certain marriages, especially when you living here in America and stuff like that, Scandal showed y'all that the best. Fitz was not fucking with his wife. I mean, was fucking with Kerry Washington people, Kerry Washington character. But on camera and on for show, he had to be out here with that white woman that he could not stand. And that's how a lot of that works. You know, a lot of these marriages be arranged. A lot of these marriages be contract. That's why they get along so well. Okay, and that's a whole nother topic. But as I say, that's the main thing. But going back to another thing I want to say too, and I won't touch on it all today, but the George Floyd situation, right? After they saw that she wasn't going to win with Kamala, and the Democrats really didn't want Bernie Sanders in there either, because Bernie Sanders had a lot of other younger people riding behind him. You know, he had Nina Turner as his vice president. Nina Turner, a black woman who actually, you know, she's black. You know, a lot of people can say she's flip-flops and stuff like that, but Nina Turner's solid. You know, at the end of the day, a lot of people say I flip-flop. Nah, it's about being true to who you think you are. But his running mate was a black woman, but she didn't fix the looks that Kamala. You know, Kamala's bad. She ain't ugly now. So you understand? But Nina Turner and Bernie Sanders would have been great as a Democratic ticket, and they were looking good as a Democratic ticket. But they didn't want that. They needed the Joe Biden. They needed the Joe Biden thing. So when the George Floyd situation happened, when he got killed on May 25th, 2020. That's why the guilt came. Everything went crazy. Black Lives Matter thing, the fight, it was riots everywhere, all this crazy ass stuff, right? But what were they pushing? They were pushing the racism, the racist cop and stuff like that. Now don't get me wrong, what he did was absolutely crazy. You know, even with Candace Owens trying to say that, you know, he died of an overdose. Overdose or not, you don't put no knee in nobody's neck while the camera's right there. I mean, we all seen it, so they could say whatever. But they were pushing that Black Lives Matter thing, that not only backfired because it dismantled the whole Black Lives Matter thing, because they went so hard because they knew that Bernie Sanders and them could been the ticket to win. And they didn't want Trump in there because Trump was good as well. Trump was not this bad president that they were saying he was. Okay, he didn't have these riots going on. He didn't do this. The Black Lives Matter people was paying for these people to start tearing up shit and making this all much more than what it is. That was a simple. The lady girl had her phone. It went viral. Everybody saw it. They were going to arrest that man anyway. They were going to put him in jail anyway, along with his co-conspirators. So what was the need of you going and messing up businesses and breaking downtown and stuff like that, right? Going to other different. They were doing it in Chicago. They was going to start it in Atlanta. And at that time, I was working with Killer Mike and them. So the day that happened, the day when they was going to start doing the whole riots and stuff, I remember Keisha Lance Bottoms, that was the mayor at the time, called Killer Mike and Tip and asked them could they please go on CNN and say a few words because they're rioting. They're going to start rioting and messing up downtown. Now, a lot of people, Atlanta has a lot of black-owned businesses, all downtown, all in Midtown, like a lot. So does Houston, but a lot. So when they did go to CNN, Tip and Tip didn't know what to say because he confused. He don't really know what to say. He don't want to curse. Like I said, they trying to figure this out. You understand? So, Killer Mike being with Bernie Sanders on the 2 times, and pushing and stuff, and people calling him activists, and being a son of a police officer, even though. If you black and you like the police, you also a coon. That's another weird thing. But anyway, he spoke, right? And he says, why would you want to burn down or mess up a community that we built, that black people built, right? And when he said that, no stores, no businesses were hit downtown. Like none of them was hit. Now they went to Buckhead and started fucking up Lenox Mall and stuff, but they did not go down there and mess with them communities. So that spoke a lot. Regardless, people can hate Killer Mike all they want or say he's this, he's that. When he said that on CNN that night, tears and all, because people got me, he crying, whatever it's not for you not to mess up these people's businesses down here. That's what it's gonna take. He had a business down there. He owns a barbershop down there. So yeah. So that's people telling he crying and all that. It doesn't matter. The fact that when Dr. King was killed, right, and they messed up our communities. Look at our communities. Our community still wasn't fixed from then. So imagine now. You see how quickly downtown, Michigan Avenue and stuff, they be fucking in Chicago, Michigan Avenue be getting hit all the time. But they still manage to fix it back up, right? Because that's where the tourists go. That's where everybody go. Everybody know the Magnificent Mile. Just look at Stony Island in Chicago. Stony Island is still messed up. So they don't care to fix our communities back up. They don't care about any of that, and they have the money. So you got people like the Black Lives Matter that were paying people to go downtown to mess stuff up, but only certain stores they would do because they knew what time it is. They getting money because insurance money, all that stuff. Like it was all a game, and because people start catching on, or you have people like Candace Owens saying stuff, but they done made it that she's a coon and don't listen to anything she says or stuff like that. She's an op, so people don't even listen to her. But if you go look at her documentary about Black Lives Matter, she only talking to the people that were affected from Black Lives Matter, and a lot of them are black people, black families and stuff. People got to understand that Black Lives movement. In the beginning, it probably meant something, but when they never got justice for Trayvon Martin and nobody didn't say anything about that, that right there should have rang a bell. Like, Trayvon Martin was killed and he was minding his business. Like literally. George Zimmerman was a racist and decided to kill that boy. And he lost. The jury found him not guilty, right? We would have been trying that man up till it got to Supreme Court. Okay? What's his name was the president at the time? Obama should have been stepping in. The Department of Justice should have been stepping in. That's the whole purpose. So none of that happened. Then you deal with Kendrick Johnson. The same situation with Kendrick Johnson. The boy got rolled up in a mat. Ain't nobody. We still gonna ignore that? What is Black Lives Matter for? What was the purpose of Black Lives Matter? So I just feel like Everything happened for a reason. And I don't regret me voting for Trump. I don't regret me doing this movement. I don't regret losing friends. If I'm gonna lose family and lose friends over what the bigger picture is trying to save us, trying to save Black America, trying to save America, trying to save our kids, trying to save our seniors, then hey, I ain't selfish. I ain't never been selfish. But I also ain't been no pussy. I'm not no punk. And nobody just can't tell me nothing. Especially when I know my Constitution and I know my rights. The HBCU, the elite, the Jack and Jill, all of them, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves for downing people, getting mad at people for choosing the way to vote the way because y'all keep trying to sit here and say that man is a racist. When Joe Biden was the biggest racist, the most documented racist. That man they even got videos of him sniffing on kids, girls and stuff. His own daughter said that he was messing with her in the tub. Y'all ignored all of that. All of that. But you know why y'all do that? Because y'all the same people that ignore that type of stuff when it happens in your churches. Okay, when your favorite pastor and stuff be touching on the kids and touching on your sons and touching on your daughters, and then y'all go in the back and y'all pray about it. Y'all the same people that hide that stuff. Let your uncle come to the cookout, knowing that he done touched every girl in every girl cousin in the family. But y'all still push that under the rug. Y'all are the ones that will choose y'all man who has done weird stuff to y'all children. Y'all will kick y'all daughter out before you kick that man out. Y'all are the same people that do those type of things, but mad because I chose to vote for Trump, and not one person has sent me one thing that says that he's a racist. He's a racist because he called Africa a shit country. Well, Africa is a shit country. Didn't they sell us to the Europeans? Didn't they sell us to Europeans, and that's why we brought over here? Don't the Nigerians talk to us like a dog? Talk about us like a dog, but they trying to get over here. All of them. Haiti. You want to talk about Haiti? Haiti got so much black on black crime there. Stuff, they got a lot of stuff going on over there. So I mean, what is it? Is it because he was a white man that said it? I'm a black woman, and I'm gonna tell you. We don't never talk about the Atlantic slave trade like we should. We were brought over here because them Africans sold us to them fucking Europeans. Okay? And we were brought over here in them slave ships. We were raped. Babies were killed. Women were on their periods. It was bad. It was bad. And we had to come over here. Okay? And they made black Americans. Okay? Some people don't like the word black. I get it. But that's what it was made. That's what happened when we came over here. But no one wants to talk about those things. That's the uncomfortable truth. So if you're mad because Trump said it, I said it. Africa is a shit country because they have yet to apologize for what the fuck they did. Okay? And I heard it's still happening over there. So please get some other stuff that you say that he said that's racist, because you feel like he's holding racist MAGA rallies. That is, let me tell you what a MAGA rally is. A MAGA rally is something that I will never attend. But you know why I won't attend it? Because that's not my thing. You know, give me a happy hour, Trump. If you got a happy hour at the Trump Towers, I will be there. If you think I'm going to be at a MAGA rally, absolutely not. That's not my thing. Yes, it's full of trash. in a way. You understand? They're out there fighting and stuff like that. It's ghetto. The MAGA rallies can get a little ghetto. Okay, them are the ones who those that's a whole nother story that people should study. But I don't see nothing wrong with the MAGA like that. That's just nothing that I would be associated with. But I will go to a Trump happy hour. If it was a cocktail hour, if it was something like that, if he was having something at Trump Towers, I would go to. If he had something at Mar-a-Lago that you have to dress up, that's what I would do. That's what I prefer. So it's not about me not going to a MAGA rally because it's racist. That's just not something that I would do. I've never been into anything like that. I won't go to a Democratic rally. I don't do rallies. Like, that's just, no. This ain't what I ain't in high school, So, yeah. So that racism thing with the Trump is just irritating because nobody does. No one can't explain. I remember this girl told me yesterday, the other day. She said, "Well, when next time he says something racist, I'll send it to you." Okay, so you can't, but you don't know it. You don't know what he said racist. But the next time he says something racist, you're gonna send it to me. I can pull up every racist thing that Joe Biden has said or did. I can pull it up, but you can't pull up nothing that Trump said. Now again, they go back to what? Central Park 5. That they go back to what? He wasn't renting his luxury condominiums and apartments out to Section 8 vouchers. You happen to be, black people happen to want Section 8. Everybody don't want to be on Section 8. Miss Jessica says it all the time. Miss Jessica say, everybody don't want to be on Section 8. Everybody don't want to be on affordable housing. You are legit stealing black people's property that people have paid off. They don't want to be on that, okay? So people who want to be on Section 8 and their whole entire life that they cannot pass down to their children, then go ahead and do that. Fight for Section 8. You go fight for Section 8. But it's 2024. Nobody don't want to fight for Section 8. We want to fight for affordable wages. We want to fight for lower taxes. We want to fight for lower mortgages. We want to fight for insurance. We should have universal health care. We definitely should have universal health care, just like Israel has universal health care. Things like that we should be fighting for. Why does Israel got universal health care, but we don't? But we giving Israel all this money. Those are things we need to be talking about. Economically, it's not making any sense, and that is the problem. We don't look at economics. Take out all of that emotions that y'all got, and economically see where we need to be. But we got to do it because the Boule and the elites and the ones that feel like I got mine, so it shouldn't matter. I got mine. They need to go ahead and work. They need to go get an education. People got, you know how many people got education, got big education, got big college degrees, and still can't find nothing out here. It was getting to the point that all these Hispanic, and I'm just going to speak for Chicago, all these places were hiring, right? And people were qualified. My sister graduated from DePaul University. DePaul University is one of the best schools in America. DePaul University. She actually graduated top of her class. My sister applied for about 60 jobs. All of the jobs she qualified for, but because she didn't speak Spanish, she couldn't get them jobs. We are in America. Why does my sister have to speak Spanish when we are born and raised over here? All them jobs were for people who spoke Spanish. I mean, $100,000 jobs, $40, $50 an hour jobs, but only you could speak Spanish. You had to speak Spanish. That's crazy in America. People talking about tariffs. Tariffs is gonna mess us up. No, tariffs is gonna make sure our jobs in America is safe. Tariffs is gonna make y'all figure out how to go over there. But get Get a plane ticket, right? Get a plane ticket to China, all right? And go get some stuff from over there and bring it back over here like they do us, okay? You know what they used to do back in the day in Canal Street in New York City? They used to, the Chinese, go back to China, right? Get all them fake bags. Get all them fake bags, right? Louis Vuitton, Gucci, all that stuff. And go to New York, go on Canal Street and sell them. You know, $30, $25, $40. People's walking around with a whole bunch of fake bags, whatever, right? You too can go to China and get whatever you want. I'm not saying get no fake stuff, because you can get real stuff over there too. And come back over here and wholesale it like they do and like they've been doing. So sit here and talk, it's worth that plane, it's worth that plane ticket. Y'all like to travel and go to Dubai all the time and take pictures and call yourself an influencer. Well, influence your ass over here to China and get you some stuff and come back over here and open up shop. That's what you can do. That's how you make money. That's what you can do. So him doing tariffs, there's nothing wrong with that. Matter of fact, I wish he would do 80% for Chicago. I mean for China, because China. I can't stand them people in China. China has been making a fool of America for a very long time, and we have allowed it to happen because the Democratic Party and other people do not care about us. We have to care about us, right? Nobody's gonna start caring about us unless we care about ourselves, right? So what happened on Tuesday is 33% of Black America cared about themselves, and they chose themselves and chose common sense, chose logic, chose America, chose Trump. That's what happened. While the other ones chose abortions, even though you can get an abortion right now. You can go get an abortion anytime you want. Your women's reproductive rights are not going anywhere. But that's all she had. And now people are trying to say, well, that's because Trump had 4 years to push his stuff. She only had a couple of months. Well, she was the vice president, ma'am, sir. She was the vice president of the United States. They knew that man was deteriorating, Biden. We saw it. Every time they would show a picture of him, he barely could walk down the stairs anywhere. He was always on vacation looking crazy. Jill Biden was running that. So we all seen the decline, and we never seen you, Kamala Harris. You wasn't doing nothing. We see him and that annoying ass press secretary, Karen Perrine Jean, whatever her name is, who was also a queer and rude as hell. Like, that's all we saw. Her lying to us, Merrick Garland lying to us, Biden not knowing what's going on, and Kamala Harris, they basically telling her not to say nothing, and she wasn't saying anything. And then once George Clooney, that's why it's so surprising that George Clooney is nowhere to be found right now. Like, it's crazy that George Clooney is nowhere to be found right now. George Clooney had the biggest say in all this. George Clooney had big money on this election. He lost big money on this election. That nigga, he was on the front line saying that he needs to step down. He was the first line to push Kamala, because they just knew, because of identity politics, oh, black people gonna vote for Kamala. It ain't gonna be no problem. It ain't gonna be no problem. That's what he's thinking. But then Biden is looking at it like, throw her out to the wolves. Throw her out to the wolves. I know. Jill Biden, throw her out. Because they go back to 2019 and that attack. It's a memorable moment. And that Democratic debate on June 27th, that's my niece's birthday too, and my good friend T's birthday, June 27, 2019, California Senator Kamala Harris took aim at then President candidate Joe Biden's record on race. They never forgot that. The only reason why they went and used her as the running mate is because Michelle Obama wasn't going to do it. Because y'all wasn't going to keep calling her Michael. Okay, she wasn't going to keep defending that she wasn't going to keep arguing with y'all about what she was. And they couldn't find no other black person that would be willing to be his running mate that would do something. So they picked Kamala Harris for that black vote. But in the end, who wins? Who wins? He won. Because his legacy is not going down as a president that was put in office that had dementia. Because that man has dementia and he's dying. He's him and Jimmy Carter are on the same level. Okay, that's just like having Jimmy Carter in office, right? So he wasn't going to let that, Jill Biden or any of his whites was not going to let that happen. So they put her on there and she loses badly. She loses badly, and what do they have? They have us fighting amongst each other. They got black people fighting amongst each other. You got people falling out with their friends. You got people crying. You got people calling each other Satan and stuff, calling each other all types of names, pissed off, mad. Got the black influencers, journalists and stuff scared for their job because now their job is on the line, right? Because they got paid all this money to fearmonger us, right, about this Project 2025 and Trump is a racist and we gotta vote blue because blue has always been protecting us and stuff, even though you can't reach out to anybody. Oh, he's gonna abolish the federal government. I hope he does abolish the federal government. The federal government doesn't need any more of our money. We should be able to go up to the White House if we have any problem, and we can't. They're stealing black people's property out here. I should be able to walk into the Department of Justice, federal department, and be able to speak to anybody right there, but you can't. So what is the purpose of us paying all these attorneys at the Department of Justice if you cannot get to them on the federal level? Y'all mad about Roe versus Wade? He gave it back to the states. Great job, Trump. He said he's going to abolish Department of Education. Please do. Please do. Please do. What else can you abolish while you're up there? Can you abolish IRS while you're up there too? What else can you abolish? Because at the end of the day, it should be every state. Every state should be dealing with these personal issues. Because we can I can go down here Tuesday, I can go down there and sit and talk and look at all my aldermen and let them know that, hey, if y'all do not settle my mother's case, we're going to do the same thing that we did when it came to pushing Trump in office. We're going to push y'all out of office. Like, yeah, this is how it works. They work for us. There's no public service. People don't care about no public servants anymore. Public service, none of that. I call them my children. Y'all my children. Y'all my children. How can I come down here and I can't get no help from y'all? You got a chairman Brian Central Lopez for housing and real estate, and every time he talk, he need closed caption because I don't understand nothing he's saying because he just came from Ecuador. How are you the chairman of housing and real estate? How are you down there fighting for affordable housing for immigrants, but you're not fighting for affordable housing for Black Americans in the city of Chicago? Why are you even there? How did you even get in office? Why are you trying to push for $1 billion in TIF money for Pilsen when Pilsen don't even need $1 billion? They built that community up. Them Hispanics, that community is nice and well. They do not want affordable housing over there. They already told you they don't want affordable housing over there. They don't want any of that because they know that TIF money is a money laundering scheme, and they see what they're doing to the black community. But he's the chairman. Why do we have Rosanna Rodriguez Sanchez, Carlos Rosa Ramirez? We got all these progressive Democrats in City Hall that don't do nothing for the black community. All they do is ride our coattail. They push for police reform so they can continue to bring more drugs into our community. Not because they're getting killed. They always say the black and brown are getting policed a lot, right? The black and brown, they're getting shot. Show me the brown has been getting killed. Where's the hashtag say my name for one brown has been getting killed by the police? And I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm just saying, to keep saying black and brown, you keep putting black and brown in everything, but black is the only one suffering, but brown is the only one getting the financial resources. Black only gets financial resources if we get killed by the police. If we get killed by the police, that's when we get financial resources. Okay? It's been going like that for a very long time, and we have yet to have no legislation. If we would have kept going the route that we were going to go, the next person that was going to get legislation was the Hispanics before black people, because already in Chicago, there has been 2 Hispanic police officers have been killed by 2 black boys. 2 black boys on the south side. And the reason why is we're not policing our own communities. It's a lot of young black police officers that just finished the academy, but they got them downtown. They got them on the north side. And they got these Hispanics patrolling us on the south side and the west side. That doesn't make any sense. But you got these alliances and stuff that's going down there fighting for, we need to police our own community. We need to police our own community. And when you start saying all that, what do? They go give y'all a little check and to shut y'all up. Because no, if you police your own community, you're gonna stop violence. And we need violence to continue the Democratic Party to go. That's what we run off. We make money off of black oppression. We make money off of black trauma. Why will we ever stop that when we've been doing it since the beginning of time? And we've been doing it because their own people, the African, right? The Africans that y'all want us to be African American. Ain't no African American. I'm not an African American. I'm black American. But the Africans is the one who sold us in the beginning. Your own people. It be your own people. So, voting for Trump was the right thing for black America to divide that vote. It also gives us time to go third party. And that's real. It's no more Democratic Party. I know this girl told me the other day, she was like, we need to take over the Democratic Party. No. Why would we go backwards? Why would I go back to an abusive relationship? I'm not going back to the Democratic Party. Nah. Either Republican Party is going to work with us like they've been doing since we've been freedmen, which was when they got us out of slavery, or it's time for the Reconstruction Era 2.0, which they also was given, and that is going third party. That's it. And it's not hard to do this. We've already proved that the nigga pack is bigger than any pack, because y'all just raised $1 billion for a person that y'all identified as a black woman, and we know that was not a black woman. So the money is there, clearly. The money is there. The Democratic Party is done. They owe us an apology, and it's never going to happen, because all they're trying to do is try to play victim. They're trying to figure out other things that they can do to try to say how racist the Republican Party is. They probably hired a group of black feminist women and some white liberal women that's going to start speaking out against Trump. Like, they probably started right now. Like, because instead of just saying, you know what, let's be better people. Let's do the right thing. Let's rebrand. Let's revamp. Let's get back in 2024. They don't want to do that. They want to be the victim. Women Women are the most vindictive people on the planet. The most vindictive people on the planet. They will lie and cry until they get their way. Even if it means to call rape. To call rape. That's how sick it can be. And that's how sick it can get. And a lot of people don't want to talk about that. A lot of people try to brush that under the rug. But it's a lot of women that be out here crying rape and have never been raped before in their life. But because they got caught up, did some stuff that they're not proud of, they go and say stuff like that. And I'm not saying all people do that, because that's not true, but they do, you know. So that's a real thing. So you got to stop all that, you know, and it's gonna happen. There's a lot of shit they've been trying to do it to Chris Brown for forever. They've been mad at Chris Brown for forever. They took every endorsement away from that man for Rihanna. Rihanna has even said that they good, they were young, all that stuff. And it's people till this day that hate that he fell to the bottom, got back up, does his own thing, has no label, does everything, self-made, and they still mad at him because of Rihanna. These are the same people that's going to be mad at us for a long time too, because that's just how they think. They think they don't do nothing wrong. They shit don't stink. Nothing. They don't think nothing is wrong with them, but they love to blame everybody else. When the last time somebody called rape on Chris Brown, I said, Chris Brown, you need to take them to court, and he did. He tried to file something on them in Europe, and he ended up dropping the charges or whatever. But he did do that because at the end of the day, they need that. Stop lying on people. Stop lying on people. Yeah, because you mad, because you in your feelings. And that's what's happening. These are the type of people that you're dealing with now when it comes to this election, because she was supposed to win. She was supposed to win off of her being a black woman that you guys said was a black woman. We already know she wasn't a black woman. And she was supposed to win off of her being a woman. It had to happen. There was no reason why it couldn't have happened. So when it didn't happen, it was not that because she didn't have no policies. It wasn't because she wasn't talking about shit. It wasn't because we were not interested in all these people she was bringing out. I just seen Glorilla perform at one music fest the week before. She did great. Okay, I seen Megan Thee Stallion perform at one music fest the year before. She did great. I've seen Beyonce performances. She did great. But I don't want to see them at no political rally. I don't want to see them at no political rally. Usher, I still have not seen you yet. But Usher, I don't want to see you skate around Kamala Harris. That's not what this is not what it is. Samuel L. Jackson, I don't want to hear you say anything about any politics. I want you to talk to me about your role in Pulp Fiction. You killed Pulp Fiction, my boy. I don't want to hear those things. And that's what they need. That's what happens. But that's what happens when you have so many people around you that are not black. If you want to play the black role, Kamala, because that's what you were doing, if you wanted to play the black role, I guarantee the people that was even behind your Kamala HQ on Instagram and TikTok and stuff, they were all white. All white women. And one black, maybe two black people. When I went to meet with somebody that was part of the DNC, she basically said that everybody that's around her is white. You're really not going to be able to get nothing past her because all the people that she surrounds herself around white. So you've spent $500 million on payroll for just white people, and you're trying to impress You're trying to get the black vote. You're trying to play this black woman role. That right there is why you lost. That right there, because we ain't looking at that. Like we ain't looking at performances. We're looking at is groceries gonna go down? Hey, it's a housing crisis now out here. Hey, you talking about $25,000? I remember this girl told me, oh, she does have a plan for housing. I said, what is it? Oh, she's gonna give $25,000 to first-time home buyers. My mother bought her property. My godfather bought the property already in 1965. They knocked it down and gave me the land. And I still have the land, but the property is not there. And that's Fifth Amendment because the government knocked it down. But I have yet to get my money, and I've reached out to her and her peoples, and they have yet to give, they don't care about that. $25,000 first-time home buyer is not going to do anything for saving my property. It's not doing anything to help Miss Jessica and her property. It's not helping anybody else that's lost their property, because a lot of people lost their property now. I have over 200 emails of people losing their properties due to tax fraud, delinquent tax fraud, illegal eminent domain, probate, all that. The Department of Justice is not doing anything. Our governor is not doing anything. Brandon Johnson is not doing anything. Tony Preckwinkle is not doing anything. Kwame Raoul is not doing anything. So what is the purpose of me pushing to put her in office? Then they say stuff like, what's Trump going to do? Well, this didn't happen on Trump's watch. You understand? Like when this happened, when this first happened, he was president. But we had an attorney, so my mom had an attorney, so she wasn't thinking that these people was going to fuck her over. The government the city of Chicago was going to mess her over because she had an attorney. But this attorney thought that she was white at first because it wasn't just a house. This was a building. This was a court. It had commercial property at the bottom, 4 apartments. So they're thinking that, oh, it's a white woman or whatever, we'll take care of it. And then when they see that she's a black woman, then all of a sudden, well, we'll see what we can do. And they held it in the court for so long, and then when they finally did dismiss it, they dismissed it on some bullshit. And my mother was hurt about it, sad about it, whatever. I had came back here and started fighting it. At that time, that was last year. But when Trump was in office, we had an attorney. So to sit here and say, well, people say, well, good luck to see what Trump is going to do. Good luck to see what Trump is going to do. You trying to say that Trump hasn't seen me and Miss Jessica fight in Chicago? You trying to say that Trump team has not seen us go crazy in Chicago? Everybody's watching Chicago. You trying to say that he didn't see us go crazy for him? Okay? He didn't see us push the needle in Chicago, in New York, in California. We were in, half the people that sat on the couch was because of us, because they didn't want to vote for her because they knew she was on some BS because she had no policies, but they were scared about that Project 2025 that they done gave BET, Viacom, which is white, all that money to have Taraji Henson push that dumbass shit. And she an actress anyway, so she pushed that. But to sit here and say that, well, let's see what he's going to do. I hope somebody told me, I hope, these Democrats, I hope Project 2025 does exactly what it's supposed to do. What? You hope Project 2025 does exactly what it's supposed to do? That's how pissed off you are that she didn't get in office? Move out the country then. If y'all feel like this is this bad out here, move out of the country. Move out the country. You've got people, the Democrats have already paid some protesters out in New York. They say they're protesting here too. They've already paid some protesters to start protesting illegal immigration. trying to say that it's wrong what's going on. It was wrong that they opened up the border and brought them into our neighborhood. It's wrong that they ignored people who was coming down there saying that they're all over the place and they're messing up their property taxes. It was wrong that they gave them $400 billion in economic resources when other people was going down there trying to get food and help for their rent, and they said that they had no more money for rental assistance, but you was paying $4,000 to $9,000 a month for some undocumented immigrants. It's wrong that you put them in our neighborhood, displace us, and make sure the family stays together. But when we were back in the day, you would always make sure the black man was out of our house. So that's why a lot of us are out here single fatherless, or a lot of these men don't know how to do certain things, or vice versa, with the women acting like, because you made sure to break up the black family, but you made sure that these illegals that came over here, that they stay with their father, that they stay with their kids, that they stay with the mom. You give them furniture, you give them a whole new life to start it. They can go to work. They're not paying taxes right now. They're not doing anything. That's wrong. That's wrong. So the city, I don't care about a Project 2025. We were living in New Americans plan that racist Joe Biden put in place as soon as he got in office, because Joe Biden wanted to make sure that he went out on a bang, like his mentor Robert Byrd probably told him. Make sure now you don't give these niggas nothing. You let anybody else take control. But you hear what Lyndon Johnson said. You know what I taught Lyndon B. Johnson? That for the next 200 years, these Negroes will be voting blue, and you better stick to it. Again, we're studied. We're the most studied people on the planet. We have the most education. We also dealt with DARE in school and stuff, right? They don't have DARE in school right now, which they should have. But DARE was very, very important in our schools. Now, I went to a suburban school. I went to a suburban school. And I never had to deal with, my mother never was on drugs, my father was never on drugs. But DARE was very, 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 very crucial in my community. DARE was very crucial in a lot of people's communities whose parents did do drugs. So when the fentanyl crisis that they tried to push over here come into our community, it did not affect us the way that they wanted it to affect us. It was supposed to affect us the way that crack affected our family, right? But it didn't happen like that. So now they move in and bring these illegals in here, and people like, wait. Then we see all this money that y'all giving them without going through Congress, not saying that it needs to be a study, because every time it comes to us getting our reparations or our economic resources, it got to be a study. We got to think about it. We got to look at it. We got to research it. What you got to research? Because y'all didn't research the $400 billion that y'all gave them. Y'all didn't research any of this stuff. Y'all didn't even care if they was vaccinated when they came over here. Y'all just brought them over here. So I'm confused. So that was all in our face. And no matter how the Roland Martin or how Joanne Reed or any of them, Anzarai, none of them would talk about it. I remember listening to Native Land podcasts, and they took my part when I talked about the illegals, like they need to go home or something like that. And I remember them saying something like, see, that was wrong. I reached out to y'all about black people the government officials stealing black people property and land. Y'all ignore that. But y'all go find a clip from me over at City Hall talking about the illegals and how dangerous they are in our communities and how they're getting all the resources. You go find that, but you ignore me when it comes to what I'm fighting for in the city of Chicago. Anzarai, you know exactly who I am. Joanne Reed, you know exactly who I am. I've hung out with you. I've been to strip clubs with y'all. Roland Martin, you know exactly who I am. I went to TV1 when you interviewed Dick Gregory. You know exactly who I am. A person, y'all got in a group, y'all got a group chat. A person that I know put my story in y'all group chat and asked y'all when one of y'all do the story. But none of y'all would touch the story because y'all not allowed to touch the story. Y'all can't touch that story. You know why? Because they've been doing this for so long. They've been stealing our properties and our land for so long that y'all can't take those. Okay? Y'all can't take that because then y'all will lose y'all little dollars. Y'all will lose y'all little dollars because y'all are the Democrat shills. Y'all are the real coons. Y'all are the ones that have to like hold on to y'all are the house Negroes of the Democratic Party. Y'all are the modern day house Negroes that have to hold on to the Democratic Party. That's why y'all can't do it. Y'all were so mad that Charlemagne took my story. Y'all were pissed off that Charlemagne let me do my story. Pissed off because it made y'all look stupid because I reached out to y'all. The fact that Roland Martin gonna say the other day that I'm clueless, right? I'm clueless when I responded to the President of the United States giving more money to Hispanic institutions and Latino communities, right? And I put a video of Kamala Harris saying, you want me to do something specifically for black people? No, right? So he tells me, am I clueless? How clueless can I be? Do I know what HSI are? I'm like, yeah, Hispanic Speaking Institutes, I do know what that is. But how dare you reach out, how dare you get in my mentions about what I tweeted when your bitch ass would not even respond to my email about black people property being taken in the city of Chicago and Cook County. That's how y'all crashed out. You crashed out DMing me. I mean, you crashed out in my mentions because you knew that's how pissed off because you knew she was going to lose. That was going viral, and that was pissing you off because that's the last thing a person needs to see before they decide if they're going to vote or not. And she did say that. People say, "Oh, go back. You're not going to go get the whole thing. Go look at it yourself. The whole thing is much worse than that little part right there. It was much worse than that. Yeah, it was quite embarrassing actually, But that little part right there is just the icing of this is why she's gonna lose. This is why she's gonna lose. She has no plan. Abortions is not the only thing. Somebody said only 12% of the country even cared about abortions, and I don't even think it was 12%. It probably was like 3%, 5%. People don't even say the word contraceptives anymore. Do y'all even know what contraceptives are? Do y'all even know what that is? Like, yeah. Do y'all even look at your laws? Y'all don't look at anything. Y'all just go off of your faves. Your faves. Your faves. Andrew Gillum, whatever that man is, the governor that used to be in was he a governor or was he a mayor? That was in Florida. That was on Native Land Pop. Boy, that was a lot. That was crazy. You understand? That was crazy. Your little incident. You had to hurry up and come out and say that you was bisexual or something like that, and then you say that you was drugged and all that type of stuff. You understand? Like that messed up your whole career because you just wasn't honest with who you were. Like if you wanted to party. If you want to do that thing, you want to do your thing. That's the problem. Y'all sit here and try to be this holier than thou people, this holier than such and people, and you're human beings just like the rest of us. Be public servants. Be good to the community. Y'all over here trying to go back and forth, tug of war, trying to make this person look bad, try to make that person look bad, try to make that person look bad, while America not eating. Why America hungry? We losing our houses. We not getting jobs. Bread is $8. Y'all not losing your homes. Y'all can pay for stuff. Small businesses not getting money. Our communities still look messed up. None of y'all talk about how messed up our community still look. Our kids are not getting the proper education. They're not even getting the proper nutrition. They're not even getting the proper food. None of y'all care about none of that. None of that at all. But y'all sitting here trying to get to the White House. Who cares about the White House when nobody ain't eating? Y'all should be ashamed of yourself, the Democratic Party, because y'all were supposed to protect black people. Y'all were supposed to protect the black vote. Y'all were supposed to protect black seniors. Y'all were supposed to protect black kids, and y'all did not. Y'all let the Hispanics hijack that. Y'all continue to let the white liberals act like they care about you, but they don't. They're just giving you a little. They're just giving you a check because they feel good that they can talk about black people to you, and you'll allow it. Just like y'all allowed Biden to say, if y'all aren't black if you don't vote for me. These are the type of people that you're dealing with. Y'all not mad at Charlemagne for that. Y'all aren't mad at anybody that was okay with that being said, right? With that being said, that you're not black enough. A white man saying this, a white racist man who has documented it being a white racist man, saying that you're not black enough if you don't vote for me. But you're mad at Trump for saying that he was one of the best presidents for African Americans, black Americans since Abraham Lincoln. Y'all were mad that y'all were mad also. Y'all don't even bring up the video where he says that African Americans built this nation and we're just finally getting the credit. Black Americans, I gotta talk to you, Trump, as black Americans. But he said that. Biden never said that. Clinton never said that. Obama never said that. Only thing that she used to say was disparities. Yes, you see, like, it's a lot of disparities. But she ain't ever said that, and ain't nobody ever say that but him. And none of them would ever play that clip. Joanne Reed would never play that clip. Roland Martin will never play that clip. None of them will never play that clip. None of them will. But you can go find that clip yourself and you can look at it over and over and over and over again. He said that. So, that's what I'm going to end you guys with. I appreciate you. I know it was football night, so I know a lot of y'all, the people that came in here, listened to me. I appreciate that. And I'm going live tomorrow too. I got one thing tomorrow, but I'm back at City Hall on Tuesday. And we're going to I'll say starting in January, I will have everything together when it comes to each of these each of these elected officials that are in office now. Everything, their cons, what they have done. I've got hella videos for the past year, and I advise other people who are from different cities and states to start looking up when y'all have meetings, and please go to your meetings and get involved because we have to be involved. We have to be involved in our Congress. We have to be involved in our student board. We have to be involved. We are the new adults. This could never happen again. This could never happen again. We can never let this happen again. We can never fall asleep and let these people try to play us ever again. We are up, and we have to keep the momentum going. It's all hands on deck. Flipping Chicago Red, Comfortable Truth Lifestyle. A lot of people keep asking too, do I have a website and stuff like that? I do. It's uncomfortabletruithlifestyle.com. It's also in my description. You also can, I have Cash App, all that stuff in there. So if you guys would like to buy me lunch, I appreciate that. And anything else. They're also working on getting my stuff together for if I decide to run for office. I don't know if I'm going to just run for office yet, but it's a possibility I will. And like I said, the nigga pack is much greater than any pack. But my main goal, honestly, is for equality. Black America deserves a lot of our economic resources that we haven't received, and also legislation when it comes to our housing. So I fit more, I think, is in the lobbyist part, because I want legislation. We don't have that much legislation when it comes to a lot of stuff with just black people. So legislation is a big thing for me, and I think that is more of my lane. And chief of staff. Chief of staff is a very important role as well. The chief of staff is damn near whatever elected official gets in. And there's a lot of weak chief of staffs, or it's a lot of racist weak chief of staffs, or it's a lot of chief of staffs who have no idea what to do, so those are my things. But thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate this, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Peace.